Greetings, witches, wizards, and magicians. If you are here, then you want to analyze every bit of the launch trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. If that's not why you're here, then why are you here? Alright, let's examine the latest trailer and see what we can see, shall we? The trailer starts off with a shot capturing the entrance to Hogsmeade, and Hogwarts is in the distance. Let's take a moment to look at these signs. We have Hogsmeade Station. Naturally, that's where the Hogwarts Express offloads students to and from London. Then we have Arranshire and Brockborough. Those are smaller hamlets, if I'm not mistaken. Technically, Hogsmeade is the only wizarding village in the area. I love the sign for Historic Hogsmeade. That makes it sound like a real place, doesn't it? I have a historic building next to me from the 1900s. It's a historical dump. I think it's funny that there's a sign that says no trolls allowed. Does that mean trolls can read? I didn't know they could do that. Merchant goods and potion supply. Yes, there will be many vendors to trade goods with in Hogsmeade. And mild spoiler alert, if you complete the Haunted Hogsmeade quest, you end up owning your own shop. That's not new information, and just in case you were wondering. The quest is exclusive to PlayStation for the first year, so Xbox and PC players will have to hold out for that to become available. There's a sign for the graveyard, because it's important to pay your respects to the players who died while waiting to play this game on the Switch. There's a sign for Ollivanders. Yes, as I said in a previous video, or maybe I said it on Twitter, there's a second Ollivander shop in Hogsmeade. Since they are the makers of fine wands since 382 BC, I would hope they have expanded by now. There's a sign for the Forbidden Forest and a notice from the Ministry of Magic. There's also a sign for Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. In case you are tired, there's a sign directing you to an inn. Finally, there's a no broomstick sign. It's like those signs that say no skateboarding or no cycling on the sidewalk. I wonder if the game will automatically ground the player and prevent them from flying in the village. A few moments later, we see Hogwarts in the background in all of its glory. There's a jumping toadstool next to the path and 3 people walking down the road who are clearly obeying the no broomstick ordinance. Because our character is joining Hogwarts as a 5th-year student, we are 4 years behind our classmates. There goes summer holiday. No, in truth, we have been given this special book called the Hogwarts Field Guide. It will help us learn about the history of Hogwarts without having to communicate with actual people. It's the perfect traveling companion for the introvert. Not only will the Hogwarts Field Guide teach us about various lore topics, it apparently also creates magical papel picado of dragons, trees, moons, and hippogriffs. In the fountain courtyard, we can see the owlry in the distance. On the one hand, I can see why it's so far away. Birds are loud and make a mess. Then again, it makes you think twice about sending letters during winter. Nobody wants to send a letter home to mom and dad if it means climbing up an icy spiral staircase of death. Want to know why Hogwarts is called Hogwarts? A legend says that Rowena Ravenclaw, one of the 4 founders of the school, had a dream that a warty hog led her to the cliff next to the lake. And why do the hogs here have wings? It's because muggles have a saying when they believe something is impossible. Yeah, when pigs fly. The thing about magic, though, is that it is possible. Though I haven't seen any actual flying pigs just yet. Hey, nice owl. There's an ongoing debate about this particular owl species. 2 possible contenders are the Eurasian eagle owl and the long-eared owl. I'm still waiting to hear back from an ornithologist with the definitive results. DNA testing takes a while. I love the greenhouse classroom. On the left, we can see a venomous tentacula. We will be able to deploy these in combat. If you look closely, there's a bathtub in the middle for aquatic plants. I love that little touch. Everyone is plugging their ears, which means they must be about to uproot some mandrakes. Professor Garlic will be our herbology professor. She has a very awesome looking wand that appears to be made of braided plants. Her wand glows purple, which means she may have cast Accio on this beautiful gourd. Professor Weasley, the transfiguration professor, takes this small ball and transforms it into a comma butterfly. Next, we get a lesson from our Care of Magical Creature professor. At first, I thought this was a Patronus charm, but then when I watched it again, I saw that we were outside and there was a lot more clues that this was a lesson on unicorns. It makes sense that there were no real unicorns present because they are a bit skittish and hard to catch. Side note, unicorn hair is one of the best wand cores. In the next shot, we see the lesson takes place outside. This is a gorgeous scene. I would love to sit on a bench here for hours, wouldn't you? A bird apparates out of nowhere. This is a Diricall, known to muggles as the dodo. Diricall have the ability to apparate to escape danger. The next scene takes place in the charms classroom. Alone with Natsuo and our character decides to play catch with a book. They really don't want you to play Quidditch in this game. Taking a look around the room, we can see that the walls are covered in words of magical spells. One caught my eye in particular, Repello Muggletum. which prevents muggles from seeing or entering an area. Also in the corner of the room is an Iron Maiden. According to legend, these contraptions were used to torture humans. A person was placed inside the cabinet, which had long spikes pointing inward from all directions. You better cast Protego or drink some Endurus potion if you want to survive. Next, we have a shot of a young mandrake or mandragora. These magical plants are vital for restorative potions, but can kill you if you hear their screams. The main character better not be using cotton balls to try and protect their eardrums. No, I think they're wearing some AirPods Pro. Smart. Those are noise-canceling earbuds. Next, we see what happens when a young student upsets an old Hogwarts professor. Remember what Filch said? They used to torture students who misbehaved. This tracks. Her wand should be glowing yellow if Professor Hecat used Levioso. Next, we take a trip to Ollivander's. We know it's Ollivander's because the old wizard has an O-pin with a wand through it. By day, he sells wands in Hogsmeade, and by night, he serves on the small council in Westeros. On the wall, we see a portrait of a wizard with an owl perched on his hand. We've seen this artwork before in the making of trailer. Ollivander pops open a wand case to reveal a very special wand. It's the wand that floats above the book in the collector's edition box. I think we're all calling this the Ancient Magic Wand. The wand looks to have a transparent handle made of crystal. It also looks like there's metal, too. I'm pretty sure it's unusual to have metal in a wand. I can't wait to learn more about the lore of this wand in the game. We have to pause here for a second so you can spot me in the game. I mean, it's not really me, but it's me. Look at this dashing wizard in this portrait here, with his big top hat, holding a frog in his hand that's also wearing a top hat. Good times. This next scene shows off Professor Fig's meditation garden. I keep telling him to stop hoarding all those wind chimes, but he just keeps collecting them. 1, maybe 2 wind chimes is 1. Maybe 2 wind chimes too many. There's a swirling ball of magic at the end of this bridge. I wonder if it bounces. All the underage drinking in the wizarding world just astounds me. Things are different in Europe. I love how there's a place to hang your broomstick. It's the wizard version of a coat rack. This is Rookwood, one of the main villains in the game. The face he's making right now is the same face my parents make when I ask them if they want to watch one of my YouTube videos. It's really rude to point fingers at people. Nat's Ionai wishes she had spent more money on flute powder. That would come in handy right about now. We see a new angle of the giant statue room. This time we see the giant statue cry. A big drop of magic falls from its crescent-shaped eye and lands in the basin. Off to the right side looks like a table of some kind. I think it's where Cal Kestis works on his lightsabers. The teardrop splashes in a basin and becomes this glowing orb of magic with swirls of quicksilver swishing around it. We still don't know what it does. Now we're back at Ollivander's. Can't get enough wand action. Is there a prophecy on that shelf behind the main character, or is that just a crystal ball? Magic wands are also great for raves, 4th of July parties, and dark caves. Ollivander may make the best wands in all the world, but still can't even make an even cabinet shelf. I guess there's no overlap with furniture making. Floating above another basin is the very book we saw previously at the end of the last gameplay showcase. This book gives me nightmares about solving the meaning of ancient runes. What I'm really interested in is that magical beach ball over in the background. I promise I won't try to play beach volleyball with it. As the book opens up, I am horrified again by the artwork. Not only is it almost indecipherable, we see that the same image is used on multiple pages. Sorry, there were only 3 unique pages in the magical book budget. I'm guessing this book was owned by Merlin, and that the contents speak to the source of ancient magic. We've clearly pissed something off because a bunch of knight statues pop in. This seems like a King Arthur story. We know we have to fight these guys from the Sony State of Play trailer. I'm still amazed by how different this scene looks from the State of Play trailer. A lot has changed and improved graphically. That's what we want to see in a late build of the game. Everything should start coming together. This trailer jumps around a lot in time. Here I believe we come across the distraction Rookwood complained to Ranrock in a previous trailer about. I'm not sure why the person decided to put a troll in armor. You would think they'd try to put a brain inside that empty husk. Our character has had enough and decides to eradicate the enemy. I feel this way after a sunburn. Ranrock is about to kick our butts when this mini-boss springs to life just in time. Fig has a thing for restoring broken bridges. As we flee the red-eyed goblins, trademark pending, we can see that we are not alone with Fig here. If you look closely, you can see 3 other Hogwarts professors. Professor Sharp, Professor Hecat, and Professor Weasley. It looks like we're the only student, so this is a major plot point unfolding here. Here we get a glimpse of the Horn Pit and illegal dragon fighting ring. We go here with Poppy to bust up some poacher's fun. We see Rookwood again in Hogsmeade chatting with our character. This is potentially the same scene from the State of Play trailer, but now it's set in winter. Do you think Rookwood's hat is big enough? In this moment, we cut back to the scene from a moment ago when our character was trying to escape. A giant stone pillar begins to collapse. If our character doesn't get out of the way, we're going to be a lot flatter in a minute. Highwing, the poster child for Hogwarts Legacy, rescues Natsuo and I from a group of poachers. This scene here feels like a cinematic. I'm not sure we are going to see dust fly up from the ground as we fly over dirt roads. It's still pretty cool though. We're in the Forbidden Forest. We're traveling the opposite direction from the second gameplay showcase. The signs are now on the right side, and we can read them. It wouldn't be a climactic trailer without some magic battling. I dig the snake on this wizard's vest. Can I loot that after I kill him? It looks like Avalanche Software collaborated with J.J. Abrams on this trailer. Lens flares have been turned up to 11. With Poppy's help, we free this Hebridean black dragon. If you're standing in front of a dragon and you don't cast Protego, I'm sorry, my friend, you deserve to die. The headmaster and deputy headmistress raise their glasses in a toast. The students follow along, but some of them aren't even holding goblets. I'm not quite sure why. Well, this is the last trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. The game is almost here. It's fitting that we wrap things up by raising a goblet to the team at Avalanche Software. Thank you all for making this game, truly. For more Hogwarts Legacy content, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a magical day. Wizard out.